Hello folks, this is Sullla once again. You're listening to the newest part of the Civilization 4 series featuring Willem of the Dutch, and I believe that this is part 16 overall. I think it's been about 2 weeks since I last played a turn set on this, so let's get started. It's not a terrible amount going on in the game right now. I did have to log back in and sort of check out what was going on. Essentially at the moment, just building a lot of factories, building a lot of coal plants, and just trying to get in a position to be able to attack later on. Probably will need to revolt into emancipation, based on what the amount of unhappiness I've been seeing in some of these cities, but we'll see. I did make a note that I wanted to slightly adjust my espionage spending, and so that's what I just did, as I lost demographics visibility on Louis. I can't see his bar graphs, and that's really all I'm looking for as far as espionage goes. So let's get started. We probably won't see a terrible amount go on this turn unless one of the AIs declares war on me, which is possible. We might see that. But I'm in a position to stop that. Yeah, there's quite a bit of unhappiness from emancipation, so we'll probably need to switch over to that. Yeah. One of the people pointed out in the comments that because I'm in theocracy, I can't spread any religion other than my own Jewish religion, which is correct. So that's a little bit of a silly thing. I probably need to revolt out of theocracy as well at some point. This city, yeah, is a little bit low on its food surplus. It's losing 1 food per turn at the moment. It's okay. I will have to get up here and adjust this. I'll have to build probably a windmill on one of these hill tiles, probably a windmill on this hill, just because otherwise it'll go into starvation. And this city, yeah, this city has, well, this is my heroic epic city. It's just building, oh, it's so close to being able to one turn an infantry, but that's fine because we will get overflow into something else. Okay, I'll go ahead and build a couple espionage stuff here, just because the AI spends so much on espionage. It'd be nice to be able to counterbalance that. Yeah, like this city's doing the same thing. You build the courthouse, security bureau, jail, and security agency, intelligence agency, and you get a ton of espionage points. And again, I don't really care too much about that. I just want to keep the AI from being a real pain in the rear about that. Look at how nice this city is. With the levee, this city, well, the Dutch unique version of it, the dike, that it becomes a really, really nice city. Turn that into a bank. Here, the people are unhappy because of emancipation. Look how much emancipation unhappiness there is. That's really a shame. It's preventing me from working more tiles here. It's preventing the city from growing. So let's see. Let's get another happy face in here. We'll build the market because the market will add some happiness. Fur, ivory, silk, and whales. Let's see. Fur, ivory, silk, whales. How many of these do I have? I have furs. I have ivory. Do I have silks? No, I don't actually have silks. So that's 2 happiness. Well, that's all we need, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and pick that up. I wonder why Uxmal's not as unhappy. Oh well. Any case, factory, coal plant. Look at this. This guy starts with 15 experience points out of my heroic epic city. That doesn't matter that much on infantry, but it will be really nice on a tank. Yeah. Water expansion there. Water expansion here. Where's the third one? Over here. Buddhism has spread in Rouen. Oh, that's not one of my cities. Like, wait, how can that spread? But it wasn't one of my cities. It's one of France's cities. So what that border expansion means is that this tile is going to start flipping to me pretty quickly. I should get these 2 tiles back pretty soon because they're first ring to me, but they're, what, 1, 2, 3. They're third ring for Portugal. So that means I'm getting more culture on that tile. Anyway, the formula for how culture works is a little bit complicated, but the basic gist is that you produce more culture the closer it is into your city, which is why it's difficult to flip cities, get cultural flips in this game. Alright, don't I have a missionary? We'll send this guy down here and figure out where he's going later. Alright, let's see. I need to get a railroad over to this city, Varanasi. Let's work on that. Oh, I was only 1 tile away from completion. 1 turn away from completion. Okay, keep this guy here. Want at least 1 real defender down there. Move this guy up. I'm going to start building a giant stack of units here and then use them later on. But for now, I'll just put them in a big pile. Let's see. Did I railroad that? Yes. Yeah, Uzbek is not very happy right now. Very unhappy. Again, due to emancipation. Six unhappiness for emancipation. And again, that's with 23 unhappiness already in the city. You see just how unhappy it is. Anyway, so in case there's a later war with Portugal or with Germany, I want to railroad up all these tiles just for the extra mobility. It's not strictly necessary. It doesn't increase the tile yields, but I want to have railroads on these tiles in case I would need to use them later on. Yeah, let's get infantry there. Okay, here, we just farm this tile. Now over here, I'm going to workshop this tile. And then that gets me my desired food balance in this city. There we go. Okay, so note that the city is exactly food neutral, and it's producing 43 base production. Then gets an extra 100% from factory coal plants, forge, an extra 10% from civics, and plus 100% from heroic epic. So 43 goes to, what is that, 129, and then there's some slight overflow. But yeah, pretty good. So we can almost one turn an infantry here, just shy of being able to one turn an infantry. But with overflow, we'll be able to produce one just about every turn. Probably something like 9 infantry every 10 turns, something like that. Something like that. But real close to one per turn. And again, that's one of the advantages of Civ 4. There is production overflow in this game. So you never have to worry about something being, just short of completion. For example, in Civ 3 doesn't have production overflow. In Civ 3, every single infantry would take 2 turns. I'd build 135 out of 140, and then the next turn I'd build another 135, and then all of the excess production would just get lost. So it would be 2 turns, 2 turns, 2 turns, because that production wouldn't overflow. Thank God Civ 4 has production overflow. It allows you to avoid a ton of tedious micromanagement to avoid wasting production. And if that didn't make any sense, then just trust me that Civ 4 is a lot better than Civ 3 was in this regard. So I'm going to turn this windmill, or this mine, into a windmill. Now the Hague's is no longer losing food. So it's food neutral now. And I really can't squeeze too much more out of this city. This is about as much as I can get here. I guess I could turn one of these cottages into a farm, and that would increase the food, but I'm pretty happy with how it stands right here. Alright. So let's see, where else do I need to go? I think I need to add some tile improvements down here, yeah. So let's try to build our way over in that direction. We got some rails going across the middle of the train here. Yeah, hopefully I'll get one of these incense in my borders soon. How close is this city to popping borders? Not too bad off. 9 turns. I actually do not have incense as a resource, and I can't connect it until it's in my borders. You can never connect resources until they're in your borders in Civ 4. No building colonies are on resources like you could in Civ 3. Would that be something useful to have in this game? Maybe. Maybe. But it makes sense. If it's not inside your borders, you don't control it. You can't use the resource. Works for me. Alright, I guess that click didn't go through. Anyway, so not the most exciting turn. Let's keep going. Can't revolt for a couple more turns. Yeah, notice how the AI just uses spies constantly. The AI just is obsessed with espionage in this game. I would argue that's one of the failings of the AI in this game. The way it's obsessed with espionage, to the point where it just it spends massively on espionage and just wastes points on all sorts of silly things. Secrets of okay, well see, that's a more useful thing. Somebody stole attack. This is another reason why I don't like espionage. I wish it just wasn't in the game. It's a very poorly balanced game mechanic. The biggest reason why espionage doesn't work is there's no counterplay to it, is the way that I would describe it. In other words, let's say someone builds up militarily. You can respond by building up your own military. Let's say someone's trying to win a cultural victory. You can either respond by turning up your own culture, or you can attack them and stop them. How do you stop someone from running an espionage economy? The answer is you can't, because there's nothing you can do to stop a spy. Oh, you can put your own spy in the city, but all that does is decrease their chances of succeeding. There's nothing you can do to stop an espionage economy. Like, if it's trying to steal text from you, there's not a civic that says, go into this civic and they can't steal text. There's nothing like that. There's literally no counterplay. Spies are invisible, you can't see them, and you can't stop them from operating. Which is an example of why it's just a poorly designed game mechanic. It was added in the expansion. It shouldn't be in the game. Or if it is in the game, it should be implemented more intelligently. But it's just a poor game mechanic. It was not well thought out, and it was not a well-designed mechanic at all. So anyway, I realize that I'm going on for a while there, but it's an example of something that was not the people who put in the game didn't really think about it very well. They should have put more thought into it, and that's why we usually ban espionage in our multiplayer games, because it's not a very good game mechanic. Okay, in any case, what do we have right here? What do we have? That is a hamlet. We don't want a hamlet. We wanted to turn this into another watermill. Here in state property, our watermills are just absolutely awesome, so we want to run a lot of watermills. Down here, let's see, let's get religion in these cities. That'll add another happy face. Of course, that one failed to spread. It has 3 religions already in it, which means it's less likely. That's one thing I don't like either. I wish there was a way that just wasn't a big dice roll, but unfortunately, it's the case. When it comes to spreading religion, it's just a dice roll, and if there's more religions in there, you're less likely to succeed. Kind of stinks, but that's just the way it is. Anyway, let's get some more railroads up over here in case I need to maneuver along the Portuguese border. I'd like to get some more maneuverability up along this border, just in case I end up going to war with Portugal, which could happen. I'm not looking to fight them, but you never know. It could happen. And you never want to have only one railroad link or one road link going to a city. You want to have more than one so you can maneuver as necessary. Otherwise, they can stand on the road, and then all of a sudden you're pretty screwed. That's another mistake that Civ 5 made. Civ 5 makes you pay for roads, which means you can't build enough roads to maneuver, which is really silly because that game has a 1 unit per tile restriction. You would think that if you can only put 1 unit on each tile, it would be really important to have a good road network so that you can maneuver around and you can get your units on exactly the right tile. But Civ 5 decides to say, no, you can't do that because you have to pay 1 gold per turn for every single road you build. Now, you still have to build roads, you still have to connect your cities, but you also have to pay for them at the same time, which is just backwards game design again. An indication of not thinking through the game mechanics properly. You're basically penalized for playing the game the correct way, which is really silly, in my opinion. And another reason why I don't think the game is very good. Obviously, I'm just kind of going on here while not much is taking place in the game. Hopefully you guys will bear with me. Not every turn has all that much exciting stuff taking place, but I'll try to play these turns as fast as possible. I'm generally pretty slow when it comes to playing these games. I like to take my time. I'm actually rushing through this game pretty quickly, believe it or not. Wait, what's going on here? I do not want a workshop on that tile. What are you doing? Cancel that. Do not build a workshop on that tile, dude. Okay. Yeah, this all looks good. We're about to discover physics, so let's do that. After the AI moves its units around again. Come on. Well, I almost wish that guy would attack me. It would dissolve his defensive pact with Louis if he actually attacked me.
To every action, there is always opposed an equal reaction.
Physics doesn't really do that much on it in and of itself. It leads to a lot of other stuff. Oh, it does allow you to build airships. Airships are a little bit silly too. They're the first air unit. We usually ban them in our multiplayer games because they're a little bit stupid. The first to discover this receives a great scientist. This causes the AI to beeline this tech. I think it's a little bit silly. The great scientist isn't that valuable, and there's a lot of other stuff that's more valuable than physics tech. So I usually tend to put this off. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go for electricity. Hold on, here's the tech tree. Electricity is necessary for industrialism, which is where tanks and battleships and marines are. Industrialism is a key tech, very important. It does have a cost to it. It obsoletes ivory, so that removes happiness in your cities. It's kind of interesting. Some of the early game resources go obsolete in the late game, like ivory and furs, where they furs and whales, sort of all the animal resources. It's supposed to represent like 20th century sort of growing environmental awareness. But anyway, you still want industrialism because tanks are here, and tanks are incredibly strong. Battleships are incredibly strong at sea too, but I haven't done much naval action in this game. So we want industrialism. We also want electricity because it opens up Broadway, would be a wonder that I'll go ahead and build here. Gives you extra happiness in all your cities. It gives you a tradable resource that's +1 happiness. And this is basically to replace the lost happiness from things like ivory and whales and furs. There are other wonders like this too, rock and roll, Broadway, and what's the third one? The third one is Hollywood, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to want to build this just because I can. It's relatively cheap. The other thing is it increases extra commerce on windmills and extra commerce on watermills. And I'm building quite a few of both of these. So that's a nice economic benefit too. So anyway, we're going to need to do electricity, industrialism, and then we need combustion because we have to hook up oil. I can see oil on the map, but I can't hook it up unless I build a research combustion. So if you want to build those tanks, which need oil, you have to tech combustion in addition to industrialism. So you can't just beeline deep in the tree just to tanks in and of themselves. You also need the resource to connect them. Anyway, so that gives me more espionage points. Let's build a couple airships just so you guys can see what they do. I'm not a huge fan of airships either. Well, I mean, wow, look at this. Look at what the AI governor is assigned. What do I tell you? The AI loves them spy specialists. Absolutely in love with spy specialists. Anyway, we've got a Jewish monastery here, so I'm going to use this to keep building more Jewish missionaries, keep converting our cities. Let's see, I want a couple more machine guns. I want 3 or 4 machine guns. I think I have 2 right now. I can build airships, but it's a bit of a waste here because airships don't really benefit from experience that much. They actually do have experience, but they don't benefit as much. Oh, and we got the Pentagon. Yay! Pentagon's a very expensive wonder. Very strong wonder, though. +2 experience in all cities. Very, very good if you're looking to fight later on. It's like getting the benefits of theocracy or vassalage for free. You get free experience on every unit in every city. Very powerful. Do not let other people build this in a multiplayer game, especially if it takes them from 3 to 5 experience. They get a second promotion on every unit. So this is great. This is really good. In particular, in my heroic epic city, I'm going to have all kinds of production, or all kinds of experience. Now, for the moment, I wonder if I should build ironworks here. You know, it wouldn't be the worst idea, even though the city would be very unhealthy. It wouldn't be the worst idea here, because this city has a lot of base production. 34 base is pretty good. Maybe. I'm not sure just yet. But I don't know if I have quite enough health to use it here. Anyway, in the meantime, let's pump out these espionage buildings just because they're cheap for right now. Just because they're pretty cheap right now. Oh, I've actually got uranium here. Okay. Interesting. I gotta hook up that uranium. I can see uranium now because it gets revealed with physics tech. Alrighty, what do we need here? We need a market because this city's going to be unhappy very soon. So let's get that up. Alrighty. Down here, are these guys going to finish the watermill this turn, or do they need another turn? Alright, let's see. Oh, where are our uranium sources? Well, we've got one near Delhi. Oh, down in India there's one. Oh, it's already hooked up. Well, that's nice. Nijmegen has one. Yes. We saw that. And Rotterdam has one as well. Where's Rotterdam? Oh, at my heroic epics. Oh, it's underneath the city. Okay, so I already have 2 sources of uranium hooked up. And I can hook up the 3rd. Uranium, of course, allows you to build nuclear plants, nuclear weapons, that kind of thing. So I should get 17 starting XP next turn on units out of Rotterdam. That's really good because 17 is what gets you to your 4th promotion. 4 promotion tanks are just ludicrous. I mean, they're absolutely ridiculous in terms of what you can do. City Raider 3 plus oh, what else can you take? Plus, I guess you'd have to I guess you can't take Pinch and City Raider 3. But needless to say, they're just like stupidly overpowered. The other guys can't really stop you. Not unless they have yay, we get the religious spread. They can't stop you, not unless they have... what am I looking for? They need at least infantry, and none of the AIs are very close to infantry. So if I can get to tanks and I'm fighting rifles, they will just tear through them like a knife through butter. Alright, so let's hook up the uranium. There we go. And now we can build a railroad on that tile too. That's good. See, I don't really want the city growing too much further. I'd be happy to keep it right here. I can, you know what I can do? I can watermill this tile here. Let's turn on avoid growth for the moment. I'm not looking to have this grow another size. Let's turn on avoid growth, and then I can build a watermill on that tile. And that should be able to keep it at size 17, I think. So again, just building up a stack. Machine guns, an interesting unit. Let me say a quick word about them. Machine guns cannot attack. They can only defend. However, they are very, very good at defending. They actually fall in the same class in the Civilopedia as siege units. That might seem kind of weird. They fall in the same category as siege weapons, as catapults, cannons. Machine guns fall in this category too. It's a little bit weird how that works. But what they do is they're 18 strength. They get 50% against gunpowder units, and they get quite a bit. They get a first strike, which means that they get an extra chance to hit the other unit in combat before they can take damage. And then finally, they're immune to collateral damage from siege weapons. So yes, they take no collateral damage from cannons, catapults, or any other siege weapons. So they are incredible stack defenders. Really good at defending stacks and really good at defending cities. If you try to attack a machine gun with a rifle, the rifle gets slaughtered. And infantry don't do very well either. So you need the first unit that can actually defeat machine guns is tanks. You need tanks to be able to punch through machine guns. Again, they can't attack, but they make outstanding defenders. So in the sort of early industrial age, in the early industrial age, you'll get rifles, and you'll have big armies of conscript rifles because people can draft rifles. So there'll be just tons of rifles running around. If you get to railroad, that's the counter. That is the counter to it, because then you can build machine guns. And even if they're running around with a big stack of rifles and a big stack of cannons from steel, you just slap a few machine guns in your cities, and all of a sudden the cannons aren't doing anything, and the rifles just get slaughtered. And again, what's neat about this is it pretty accurately reflects what warfare in World War I, the Great War, was like. It's a pretty accurate reflection of that, which I find kind of interesting. So what do you need? How do you punch through machine guns? Well, just as we saw in actual history, you need to tech up to tanks, and then tanks are what clears out the machine gun nests and allows you to start pushing forward again. Again, really mirrors what happened in real history. So again, it's just a sign of how well designed this game is. There are counters to a lot of the different offensive strategies, and then you can tech upwards to get further counters to those original counter units. It's just, this game is so well designed. I don't have enough positive things to say about Civ 4. It's just an excellent game. Anyway, so moving on. It's just a shame that the same kind of care and attention didn't go into Civ 5. Which is a shame. Civ 5 has some good ideas, but unfortunately the ideas just don't really work that well. They just don't. Anyway, so what have we here? Well, let's see. What I'd like to do is I'd love to build another watermill here on this tile, but note the problem. This tile here, the watermill is providing irrigation to the rice tile. And so if I put a watermill here, not only will I lose out on the food, but I'll also lose food on this tile, and I'll lose food on this tile too. So I cannot watermill this tile. What I can do, though, is I can replace this tile with a watermill. This immature cottage tile, it's a hamlet. This will be a much stronger tile right now as a watermill. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I'd love to build a watermill here, but again, can't do it. You can't build watermills on diagonal tiles from rivers. Only on horizontal or vertical tiles, not on the diagonals. It's a little bit of a weird rule, but them's the rules in the game, and we have to play by them. I may choose to workshop that tile, actually. We'll see if I need the food or not. A state property workshop on that tile would be very strong. Alright, so there's the watermill. We actually gained food. We went from 1 food to 2 food. So now we're still at that +6 food per turn. How many more the question is sort of how many more population sizes do I want here? How much further do I want this city to grow? And the answer is I do still want more. I want this to be around size 16 or 17 so it can work all the tiles. See, we're still missing a tile here and here that I can't work right now. So I wanted at least size 16, so I'm working these tiles. So I do want the city to keep growing. So I probably don't want to workshop this just yet, but I can workshop this tile. That tile is, kind of crying out for a workshop. So let's go ahead and do that. The cottage has not been worked. It's totally immature. It's only had 2 turns put into it. So let's just bulldoze that and turn it into a workshop. We'll get extra food. Or no, we don't get extra food, but we don't lose any. And it'll go from being a 1 production tile to a 4 production tile. That's really good. So increases our production quite a bit. Anyway, let me just check one thing. I think that I can use my great scientist. Yes, okay, so I have 2 great scientists just sitting here. They're not doing anything. I want to save one of them in case I get enough different types of great people to trigger a golden age. Again, you need a great person of different types to trigger a golden age. You need 1 type for the first golden age, but then you need 2 different types for the second, 3 different types for the third, and so on. Right now I believe I've had 3 golden ages, 1 from Taj, 2 from great people, so I would need a scientist and then 2 other types to trigger my next golden age. Because I can't use both of them for a golden age, I'm going to use one of them to light bulb a tech. I'm going to use this to put 2,325 beakers towards electricity. So that's basically 2 turns of research. So instead of 5 turns, it should take 3. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. See? In the late game, great people are most useful for golden ages, and if you can't use them for golden ages, you're best light bulbing stuff with them. They're not that useful to merge into cities as super specialists because the game's going to be over before their usefulness period will be hit from working in cities. Okay, so I need to get into Emancipation. I can revolt next turn. Let's see if I can do that. Maybe. Just too much unhappiness from the other civs. It's unfortunate. It's a bit of a drag, but enough other civs have gone into Emancipation that I probably need to switch to it. Again, it's a shame. I wanted to stick with slavery because slavery is useful, but we're getting to the point of the game where slavery is not as big a deal either. just going to keep producing those missionaries. Infantry again. We've constructed a bank here. Yeah, note that my gold per turn is still going up because I'm continuing to build things like banks all over the place. I'm going to need a barracks in the city at some point. Let's go ahead and just pop that out now. Barracks, jail, then the espionage stuff. Might as well. This is a really nice city right now. And it still has further to grow. Note that it still has to grow onto that last windmill tile. Yeah, it should get there. It should get there eventually. Okay. Let me check out. Let's see. So emancipation is 1 turn. Can I go to free religion as well? No. Can't go. It has to be either or I have to suffer 2 turns of revolt. So for the moment, hate to burn these anarchy turns, but let's go ahead and pop that because just 2 unhappy. I really would like to get into free religion too, but I don't want to spend 2 turns in anarchy. It'd be a real drag. Could go to universal suffrage though. That would be nice. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Been showed off representation quite a bit. Representation's nice. I have some specialists. I wouldn't say I have that many. So let's go ahead and do this because we'll go into the late game civics here. Emancipation, universal suffrage, free religion. Let's go ahead and do that. Run that. Now I will lose out on the extra experience from theocracy. So that means no 4 promo tanks coming out of Rotterdam, which is a shame. That's a bit of a disappointment, but just what happens. Can't pick all the civics. So this was a bit wasteful for me, obviously. I wasted a lot of time in civics that I didn't really want to... wasted a lot of time in civic swaps. I should have done a better civic swap last time. Alright, rebase mode. Rebase to Utrecht. I'm going to rebase that over here. Keep moving these guys over. Okay. Come on. There we go. Look at that little resource icon dancing around. Okay, yeah, so state property watermill. We want on this tile. I don't even have a road or a railroad on that tile. That's kind of funny. The one downside to being in anarchy, aside from nothing happening, is I produce no culture on this turn, so that's going to hurt my cultural battles on some of these tiles that are disputed. So I hope that doesn't hurt me too much. At least I'm in free religion, so I get double culture when I'm not in anarchy. In particular, I'm thinking about down here, where I'm trying to hold these tiles from the French. Bit of a struggle. Yeah, I need to get Hermitage in that city quickly. After it's done its coal plant, I need to get Hermitage in there. Anyway, in the meantime, let's get some railroads on the border in case we have to fight later on. Just useful for maneuverability purposes. You guys finish this workshop. There we go. I want a railroad on basically like every tile down here, just so I can maneuver on any tile as needed. I'm hoping I won't ever have to fight Louis. He's been a good friend in this game, but you know, you never really know. The AI is unpredictable in this game. Look at the catapults. Look at the catapults moving around. This is so funny. It's like, yo, do you really want to attack me with catapults against infantry? Catapults and knights against infantry? Well, if you want to, good luck with that, buddy. Look, he's got all these knights and macemen running around. It's pretty amusing. Pretty funny. The water... Oh, who freaking poisoned my water supply? I hate that. That increases the health. It increases the unhealthiness in the city. The AI will do this. It's pretty wasteful of its espionage points, but the AI will do this. Again, they run up massive amounts of espionage. This increases the unhealthiness. Note here, I get 8 unhealthiness from poisoned water. It's really stupid. It's going to cause loss of food when I come out of anarchy. Note that I'm at minus 10 food per turn. Or minus 10 on the unhealthiness meter there. Again, it's just really dumb. I don't have much more to say. It's just really silly. Again, another thing. Again, how do you defend against having your water supply poisoned? Well, I mean, you can run more espionage points, but I mean, you can't stop it. It's not like there's a civic you can go into that stops it. Anyway, so this is my first air unit. This is an airship. What this allows you to do is you can perform... You can, bomb targets. Airstrike mode allows you to attack units, and you can also rebase to different cities. I guess I'll go ahead and take Combat 1 promotion. No other reason not to. And allows you to perform recon mode. It allows you to scout out the territory. So look right. Wait, I click here, and boom. Now I can just see a massive amount of territory. This is why airships are pretty stupid. Even though their combat value is low, they allow you to see so much of the map. I mean, you can just build like 3 or 4 of these things and put them in cities on your border, and then you can instantly see everything coming your way. Again, it's just dumb for multiplayer. It's impossible to hide an attack coming. Like, that's the idea. You can't hide an attack that's incoming, which obviously makes the game much more static, defensive, and not interesting. So this is why we usually just say, no, can't use them. You can get to physics fairly early on the tech tree. It takes a lot more to get to flight, where fighters and bombers are located. So we usually just as a house rule will say, you actually have to tech to flight if you want to be able to, perform air missions. Now this is silly. There's no reason to want a cottage on this tile. Yeah, this is a bit silly. I either want a windmill or a mine, and I think I want a mine here because this city's got pretty good production. Go ahead and do that. And then obviously we need a railroad to give the extra production bonus to the tile. You usually build windmills if a city's low on food. If a city doesn't have much food, you build a windmill to help out with the food. If not, you usually would prefer a mine. Windmills are interesting. I mean, they give you another option, which is kind of cool. Build a road on that tile. They give you another option, which is kind of cool. And that's another thing I like about Civ 4. You have so many options in terms of tile improvements. You don't just have to build a farm or a mine. You've got all these different options. You've got the cottages, you've got windmills, you've got water mills, you've got workshops. I mean, you have a lot of options on what you want to do. Another thing that I didn't like about Civ 5 is it's a step backwards. There are fewer options on what you can build. Oh, now I get to see even more units running around. Hooray! Looks like he just got to rifling tech. Note that all of a sudden rifles started popping up everywhere. The AI gets very cheap upgrades in this game. It's one of the cheats that it gets. It can upgrade units cheaply. So you might have noticed all the maces just suddenly started turning into rifles. And that's as a result of Portugal getting rifling tech. Everybody else pretty much had it already. Okay, so we're finally out of anarchy. How bad did it hurt these tiles? Not too bad. Managed to hold those tiles pretty well overall. Great General, what? Oh, he must have researched fascism tech. He researched fascism tech, yeah. I was like, how did he get a Great General? He wasn't fighting anyone. That's why. He researched fascism tech. First to discover receives a Great General. I could have gotten that. I just didn't prioritize that tech too highly. I will likely have to go there if I do any more fighting. Now, here's Amsterdam with that poison water supply. It does go down each turn. In the meantime, though, it would be nice if I could pick a tile to farm. Well, I need to get a worker or two over there. That capital needs some improvement. I'll send them down from up here. I need to farm that one tile. Anyway, so here's Nami. Oh, I've miscalculated. Oh, that's why I have to keep that tile irrigated. It cuts the. That's why it cuts the irrigation of those two tiles. That was silly. That was a bit silly. Why couldn't you have just built a farm on this tile, Portugal? Now, can I bring farming up here? Yes, I can. So let's do that first. Farm here, here, and here, and we can bring irrigation up from down there. Let's do that right now. Where's this chop going to go? Utrecht. That's not too terribly useful, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Anyway. Alright, so we've got... let's just keep an eye on what's going on out here. I don't really need the animation every time. Alright, so we've got everything set up here. Now you guys can head down to the Dutch East Indies and keep improving this area. Oops, what did I just do? Not entirely sure. Okay, so what do we got here? Yes, this city looks good. We'll pick up these two tiles on growth. Almost got the coal plant done, and then can go over to Hermitage. I want the Hermitage here. It'll be cheap to build, and then I'll be producing about 50 culture per turn. And I can stack more culture from the other buildings too. I still have to get the university, that's more culture. I can build the temple. Well, I could build a cathedral here too, I think. Nope, I need more temples. Build another temple to get a cathedral in here. Cathedrals are buildings that are limited by how many temples you've constructed. No city can work this tile, that's why there's no improvement on it. I'm not going to waste time building an improvement on a tile that no city can use. Now, Uxmal has just about hit the limit of growth right now. So let's turn this into a workshop, get some more production. I don't need it to keep growing when it's out of tiles to work, unless I'm running a specialist economy. But I'm not running a specialist economy. You can run an economy that's based on working tons and tons of specialists, and in that case, you would want to keep growing your cities to larger and larger amounts. But that's not what I'm running here. Alright, so what did all those civics that I changed to do? I guess I should mention that. Universal suffrage, +1 production from town. This is very good in the late game when you have a lot of towns. Note how good my riverside towns are. My riverside towns now give me 2 production if they're a grassland tile, 3 production if they're if they're a plains tile. Now, and now again, this is with the dike in place, with the leve/dike in place. Water tiles +1. But I mean, think about this. This is a tile that's 2 food, 2 production, and 9 commerce. This is an unbelievably good tile. Like, this is one of the best tile yields that you can get in the game. 229, just outstanding. Now, the other thing I can do is I can spend gold to rush. I can spend gold to rush by things. Like, if I want to just build an airship, I can pay for it. Now, this isn't very useful in your well-developed cities, but it is really useful in cities like this. Like, look, this little city here. This little city that's developing so slowly. Oh, well, let's just toss some money at it. We'll just go ahead and finish the granary here. So you can really speed up production of your smaller, less developed cities. You can also use it to rush by military units if you're at risk of being attacked in a vulnerable location. So that matters quite a big deal as well. And yeah, it's really useful just for late game when you have a lot of towns, because those towns just become really good. You get extra production on all of them. I mean, again, here in The Hague, look at these towns. 229 again, 139, 229. It just makes your towns really, really strong. Anyway, so there's the chop in Utrecht. Now we need to start bringing the irrigation up here to Nijmegen. Wait, now it's... Oh, wait, yes, it's still losing food. You might notice... Wait, why is this not red? It should be... The city's name should be in red. Note how Amsterdam, the little star here is red. That's to indicate it's losing food. Utrecht is the same way. Is the opposite. It's green because it's growing. Gray is supposed to indicate neither growth nor starvation. So this should be red. I don't know why it's not. Weird. In any case, let's keep bringing that irrigation up. And then I need to divert attention to the capital after that. Capital should be okay. Should largely be okay. But it is going to lose some of its food surplus, which is a shame. Alright, down here. You two. I'll just move these two together. Avoid clicking twice. Oh, whoops. They can only get down here. Whatever. Anyway, Bombay should be able to start taking over this. Yeah, all right, it's 33% this turn. We'll check it out next turn. See what it goes to next turn. Yeah, I'm sure that Portugal just discovered rifling tech and is now upgrading all their maces to rifles. Sure do have a lot of those units running around, don't they? Note that my gold per turn is still going up. I actually might be able to dial up science to the next percentage rate soon. That's because I'm starting to finish markets, banks, markets and banks and grocers in these cities. Alright, yeah, right now it's going to lose 6 food this turn. Yeah, I need to rush over and build a farm here, and then swap this to avoid losing a population point, which I don't want to have happen. Get a couple more airships up. Keeps building those Jewish missionaries until all my cities have Jewish missionaries in them. I think that's enough machine guns for right now. And in here, what did I just finish? What does it say? No, it doesn't say. That's okay. I'm pretty sure. I believe I did another espionage building. Just knock those out so the AI finds it a little bit more difficult to spy on me. Get all this stuff up. I don't really want to go whole hog units until I can build tanks. Basic idea. Alright, this city is about to become unhealthy, so let's produce a grocer. Barracks. What other econ buildings do I have that I can build here? Not too many, but I'll build the customs house just because I'm getting a lot of foreign trade here. Market here. Now there's no unhappiness problems here anymore. But there are going to be health problems soon, so let's get the grocer up next. Here, Mutal is finally happy now that we're in emancipation. Now the city's happy. This city I need to workshop this tile. Not much point in leaving it alone as is. How much base production do we have here? Not enough. Not that much. Let's go ahead and get that coal plant up. Increase the production. Here, there's still a lot of stuff to build. Delhi. Oh, Delhi's a really good city now. What else do I still have to build? Coal plant. Yeah, Delhi just needs to. Look, this is a really good city. This actually has too much food, though. I don't need this much food. I need to workshop this tile. This is way more food than I need. I mean, it's sweet that it's growing so fast, but I don't really need plus 10 food surplus. I guess leave it in place for right now and then come back and workshop in a couple of turns. Ooh, Vijayanagara just finished its dike. That greatly increases production. All the riverside tiles, all the ocean tiles. Now it just needs to grow and pick up more tiles. Build the factory next. That's going to be a really good city. Here's the granary I rushed a minute ago. What else do we want to build here? This city has absolutely no production, so it's probably not going to do that much except just grow onto all these water tiles. Yeah, what it really needs is a dike. I mean, it's never going to finish the dike. Maybe I can cash rush that later. Without slavery or without cash rushing, it's never going to finish it. So, yeah, so we'll see. Anyway, let's see. Borders of Delft have expanded here. Varanasi's borders expanded down there. Vijayanagar's borders expanded. Nice. I should get control of this tile eventually because it is first ring for me. But it'll probably take a while. I might... no, I'm not going to get control of this one, I don't think. Too much built up Carthaginian culture. Anyway, let's see down here. Does this city really need a windmill? No, not really. That should be a mine. It has enough food that it doesn't need a windmill on this tile. You finish that. You guys. That's right. This tile needs to be workshopped. I just said that a minute ago. Eventually I'm going to run out of work for these guys to do, but that's okay. I can always keep them. I can always fortify them, keep them around. They don't cost much money to maintain. And use them to repair AI tile improvements later. If I conquer an AI's territory. There we go. Alright, so. Again, in state property, you can turn any grassland tile into a 2-3 tile. And if you're willing to adopt caste system, which unfortunately I really can't because I need emancipation for happiness. If you're willing to adopt caste system, you get another +1 production on workshop. So you can turn any grassland tile into a 2-4 tile, which is just out of this world in terms of production. It's like basically having an iron mine on every single grassland tile. Really, really good stuff. Okay, down here, yes, we wanted to workshop this tile. Ideally, we'll wait 1 turn. We'll finish it next turn, ideally. It's fine with me. Let's get one of these guys down here. Let's rebase one of these guys down to the, what is it? French border, so I can see what's going on there. And this guy, keep in the area. All right, got to continue bringing farming up. Well, no, actually, what I need to do is I need to build this farm first. Amsterdam needs help more. And I am 1 farmer short, and 1 worker short, unfortunately. No, wait. Nope, this guy's going to make it there. There we go. Oh, wait, no, I still need another turn. Oh, well. Recon mode. Boop. Alright. How do I skip the anim? I wish it would just go to the next unit faster. That's a really irritating animation. Alright. How much more religion do I need? Quite a few. Still a couple cities yet. Alright, so move this guy down here again. How many machine guns is this? That's 3. That's probably enough. I'm not expecting to get it stack attacked too much. What is this guy doing? Oh, I've almost gained control of this tile. Not that it really helps me, but I almost have control of it. Like I said, it doesn't really help me, but hey, almost got it. Down here, I gained 1%, 1 percentage point over this tile. So eventually I'll get control of this, but probably a long time in coming still. Alright, you come chill over here. I said chill. Okay. Alrighty, and what else do we need down here? This looks pretty good. I need to keep this farm here for keep the food going. I need to keep the line of irrigation coming down here. This needs to be workshopped. Let's do that. Get this in instead of this silly little cottage that's not doing anything. I mean, sure, eventually it would turn into a town, but it's not that useful. I've fortunately gotten control of all the first string tiles down here. All the first string tiles, at least. So Leiden can't be attacked, or Leyden, whichever it is, can't be attacked without them spending 1 turn in my territory. This was in French territory originally. I might get control of that eventually, too. Alrighty. Yeah, do I want to bulldoze any more of these? Yeah, actually. I think I don't want food on this tile anymore. I don't think I need that much food because this city's basically capped out unless I can somehow push back the borders, which actually I might be able to do that with the help of Chichen Itza, maybe. We'll see. But this probably would be better off as a workshop too. Now that the city's grown enough that I don't need that farming. Alright, so electricity is going to give me extra commerce on my windmill and watermill tiles. Right now I'm at 1298. Let's see what that goes up to when I end turn. 1363. See, that's a big increase. That's a big increase. That was maybe, what, about 5 to 6% increase just from one tech? That's not bad. Oh, another city got poisoned by water supply. The Hague was poisoned. Again, the AI just loves to do this. It's really stupid. We thwarted another attempt at a spy. I mean, this is just wasting espionage points. This really doesn't do anything except irritate you.
We will make electricity so cheap that only the rich will burn candles.
So there we go. Extra commerce on windmill, watermill, and can build Broadway. All right, so what do we need now? Now we need to pick up combustion, and then on to industrialism. Look how expensive this tech is. Still, it costs 10,000 beakers. It's even more expensive than assembly line. So really expensive tech. Yeah, so, all right. So the water poisoning does go down. Note that it started at 10 and now it's down to 5. But it is, I mean, so it doesn't really do anything. It's just a pain in the rear. Just really a pain in the rear more than anything else. All right, let's see. This is my third airship. I think I'm gonna want 4 of them. Well, that's a lot of overflow. Maybe I just build Broadway in the capital here. Why not? Might as well. Jewish missionary. That might be enough Jewish missionaries for now. Oh. Anyway. Infantry. Constructed the coal plant here. Now the city has a lot of production, yeah. Almost 100 per turn. So, what are we going to do? Let's get that Hermitage up and running. 3 turns. Cheap, very cheap at this stage of the game. I also do have marble. Give it the doubling bonus. Alright, coal plant here. Means I need to get a grocer if I haven't already built one. Nope. Let's get the grocer up, solve the health issues. This city's never going to be a great production city, but you can turn just about any city into something half decent. I need to workshop that tile too, north of Uxmal. Yeah, need to workshop that tile. It's just an immature cottage. It's not... Well, actually... No, Uxmal needs more production. Uxmal is a low production city. It'll benefit from that. Just do this in one click. Uxmal will benefit more from the workshop there. Okay, so I've got to look at the French border and the Portuguese border. Let's get one on the Carthaginian border. Let's rebase this to right here. Okay, so Amsterdam. There we go. Now the city's not starving anymore, or it won't be after the poison water supply's done. Look at it now. The Hague is starving because of this ridiculous poison water. Shoot, what can I do here? I can give it another tile. I can give it this tile. That Rotterdam's working. Yeah, I think I have to prevent the city from starving. That's a real pain, but I don't know what else I can do. And there's not really another tile I can... I can give Rotterdam this tile. That keeps it from starving. Now the Hague will take this tile. That should be enough to prevent it from starving too badly. Now, that causes Middelburg to be in all kinds of trouble, but Middelburg is not a key city. Middelburg will just have to deal with it for right now. There we go. That'll keep the starvation rate down. So we'll juggle the tiles for a turn or two while the starvation's going on. Really stupid, but whatever. AI likes to use those spies. Ho, 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 isn't this fun? Lots of spying going on. Yeah, so you can see what I think about the spying. It's just a waste of time. It doesn't add anything to the game. It's just stupid. Anyway, so there's one plane there. God, that animation takes forever. I mean, it's like you want to see if there's something coming, but it's irritating in the meantime. Don't mind me just building up this stack of infantry. We may get to use these guys later on. We shall see. In the meantime, not too much going on. So up here, let's see. Are there any tile arrangements, tiles I want to rework up here? Oh wait, did I just cut an irrigation line? No, this is fine. I was worried I just cut irrigation somewhere. 3 turns until we can hook up that incense. That'll be nice. In the meantime, just build some more railroads up here. So, again, it always just comes down to what each city needs. Every city has to be evaluated on a case-by-case basis. There's sort of no hard and fast rules about what to do. Look at this. Look at how I can just instantly see everything in France. Isn't that stupid? Like, if they were trying to attack me right now, I can see exactly where the units are. They've got a big garrison here, although a lot of it's outdated. Smaller garrison here. Grenoble's poorly defended. That's nice to know. Yeah, so most of their units are up here in Tours. It's the biggest location for them. Portugal's got a huge garrison here. Oh, Porto's not too well defended, though. Their capital's pretty empty, too. Actually, I should probably get a plane in Nijmegen as well. So, I need one or two more. Get one. I've got one here. I need two more. I've got one down here in Varanasi. I want to get one here so I can scope out the Germans, and we need one here in Nijmegen. So I need two more planes. And get them out of some city. Maybe we can get them out of Nijmegen after it's done. It's a security bureau. Anyway, so Delhi finishes its coal plant. Delhi, yeah, looks pretty good. Not too much more to say. It's just going to grow onto these last couple tiles. Yeah, technically I can even chop these lumber mills, and then I could replace them with workshops, and I'd get exactly the same tile yield. So that's something to keep in mind if I want bonus production later. Yeah, so just finish the coal plant, grow onto those last couple tiles, which will go fast at +8 food surplus. And let's see, we'll go from 37, 38, 39, 40, 44 base. That's pretty good. That'll be about 100 per turn after all the modifiers are added. And then I just need to build a ton of crud in here. I can one-turn Buddhist monks out of here very easily. But let's get some other stuff done first. Keep spreading religion around due to that shrine. Alrighty, anyway, moving on. Get down here. Help improve these other cities. There we go. And, yeah, this is fine. I wanted the city to keep growing. I want it to grow onto all these tiles, so a high food surplus is fine for right now. These other cities are pretty screwed. Without slavery, there's, like, no way to produce stuff here except cash rush it, which I might do later on. In the meantime, though, I don't think I have quite enough money to do that just yet, but I'm getting closer. I can run that if I'm willing to put one of these core cities on wealth, which I might do after all these intelligence agencies and such get done, but we'll see. I like to build more military than strictly necessary as well. Prefer to build more military than I strictly need, just in case I would get attacked. If you're competing for like a fastest finish, you need to sort of run up against the limit. You know, you sort of need to push things more, take more risks in order to finish faster, maybe build a lot of wealth so you can run 100% research. But I'm not really in a huge rush here. I'm just trying to play safely. And this game's well in hand. Look at this, another spy being operated. I need to build all those I need to build those security bureaus just to stop this ridiculous espionage that the AI is obsessed with throwing out constantly. I don't even know which one of them is doing it. I don't really care either. It's just a waste of commerce. So yeah, let's build all those in counterintelligence agencies or whatnot just to stop them. How much overflow do I have right now? Quite a bit. I don't want them to poison this city. Maybe I'll just build an intelligence agency because I don't want them to. This one. No, this one. This is the one that stops. This is the one that gives 50% defense. Let's build this because I don't want them to poison the water supply in this city. There's the intelligence agency. Okay. So yeah, with 44 espionage points. Let's see. What more do I need here? Not too much. Build me a Jewish temple so I can build a cathedral in that other city. That's a useful thing to knock out. Down here, let's still need a market and a bank. Let's get the bank, it's more useful. Don't need the happiness. There's the custom. Yeah, now I'm getting even more commerce from overseas trade. That's what that customs agency does. Of course, the other thing is the other guy can just cancel all foreign trade, and then you're in trouble. Anyway, yeah, let's get these spy defenses in place first, just in case. So I guess that's a modest example of counterplay, is that you can build that security agency to try and shut down, try and stop the spies from the other guy. But still, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, in the end, it doesn't really stop them, is the thing. Oh, the Globe Theater's done too. Nice. Globe Theater's a national wonder. Everyone can build one. It removes all unhappiness in the city. See? No more unhappiness. And that's a really big deal in this city because it has such an enormous amount of food. The only thing limiting this city is unhealthiness. Like, there's no happy cap to worry about now. So that's pretty sweet. Same idea here. Get me a security bureau because I don't want the water supply to get poisoned here. Really silly. Alright. Borders expanding somewhere. Oops. Oh, here. Yeah, I need to take another look at this city. Wow, this city's growing pretty well right now. Needs to pick up some production. These need to be mined, not windmilled. These definitely need to be mined. But in the meantime, just let it keep growing. That's fine. First couple turns growing. Just let it grow the first couple turns is fine. Alrighty, so over here, Mutal does Mutal. Let's see, could I watermill any of these? Not really. Unfortunately, no. Can't really watermill any of these tiles. But what I can do is workshop this tile. But I'm not sure I want to do that yet because I'd like to let it grow under these last couple tiles. So I don't think I want to do that quite yet. Let's build a couple, just build some not particularly useful railroads first. So I do want to workshop that, but I don't quite want to kill its growth just yet. Oh, I can watermill down there too. Definitely can do that. So anyway, the fun of this turn is just trying to figure out how to manage your cities the best. If you enjoy that kind of thing, you'll enjoy Civ 4. If you don't enjoy that kind of thing, then this isn't the game for you. If this turn just has you like falling asleep at your computer, then this probably isn't the game for you. Still +4 on healthiness from poison water, but it's starting to go away. Let me just check out the espionage relative to these other guys. I can see demographics. See, I can barely see demographics with this guy, even with all the points I'm spending. Louis, okay, Louis has obviously been poisoning my water supply because now I can see his demographics, whereas before I couldn't. Yeah, and I'm barely keeping up with this guy too. So we can turn it down with that guy, allocate more points to Hannibal. Even with all these espionage points, so I can still barely see this guy's demographics. And I have not spent a single espionage point the entire game. I've just rounded all passively. And despite all that, I still can't see their research. Anyway, in case you're wondering why do I keep doing this, again, I just want to be able to see the map in case some kind of threat is coming after me. Just a reflexive habit. Much better to have the map visible than to have the map invisible and not be able to see what's going on. Alright, what is it? Next turn, 2 turns until that incense can be hooked up. So let's keep a couple guys in the area just so that we're able to hook up the incense immediately. Also, I can probably tick up research. Yeah. It doesn't change the ETA on combustion, but again, research, like production, research overflows in this game. If you produce more beakers than you need to research a tech, you just goes into the next tech after that. Again, huge improvement from Civ 3. Civ 3 did not have research overflow. So what would happen is when you're about to discover a tech, you'd have to dial down research to prevent it from being wasted. Huge, huge pain in the rear. Yay, we got religion to spread. So what, 2 more cities to go? 2 more cities to go. So after the intelligence agency, I guess I do need another Jewish missionary. Because I only have, well, maybe I have 2 more coming down. I don't know if I have 1 more or 2 more coming down here. Okay, so Vijay Onagara, it is watermill time, buddy. Watermill time. We want watermills on probably 1 of each, so I have more flexibility. Probably on 1 grassland tile and 1 plains tile. Then these guys are going to need to run over to Harlem after that and improve that city. So there's always a lot going on, even when there's nothing going on in the game. Like right now, there's still stuff going on, even when there's nothing going on, if that makes sense. There's always something to keep your attention occupied in a game like this. Only in sort of extreme super duper late game, when all your cities are maxed out, is there not much going on. We're also about to get combustion. That means I'm going to have to connect my oil too. So I'd like to play this turn up until right about when I hit electricity, because then I can look to start getting a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more warlike in future turns. So far we haven't seen much happen with that Apostolic Palace either, which I was kind of worried about the last time I was playing. So it looks like that's largely not going to be an issue in this game. I guess that Bismarck doesn't have enough votes to win the game by Apostolic Palace. Okay, so there's the intelligence agency. This is the one I actually needed. I built them in the wrong order. I need the security bureau. This is the one that makes it harder for them to spy on you. Fortunately, the starvation is starting to die down. +6 from poisoned water, but it's starting to die down. I'm only going to lose 3 food this turn, then 2, then 1, then 0. And then it'll start to grow a little bit of that back. There's the security bureau there. And I needed 2 more airships, so let's get them before doing anything else. Grocer, what do we want? Still need a bank. Boom. Get extra bank. There's the coal plant, so I can 1 turn pretty much anything here. Let's start doing that. One turn the library. Yeah, look at this. It's a lot. That's quite a bit there, so I should overflow quite a bit from this, and then I can probably one turn. I can probably one turn the grocer or the university next. We'll see. I want to try to manipulate overflow so I can one turn buildings. Obviously, I'm not going to vote for Bismarck. I'm going to abstain on that. All right. So where do we want this guy? Send him down here. Borders of Mayapan have expanded. Oh, that doesn't really matter. Looks like that did succeed. Yep. Sertogenbosch, or however you pronounce that, expanded. Calcutta, where is that? Down here. Not that useful. And Buddhism spread in another... Well, this was really nice. Louis has spread religion to like all of his cities. He's probably going for a cultural victory. Probably. But he doesn't even show up on the list of cultural yet. Bismarck... I don't know if he's going... He's probably not going for a cultural victory either. He's just got so much culture in Berlin. It just stacks up and becomes ridiculous. Anyway, let's keep going. One more turn on that. One more turn on that incense. I wish you could automate. Tell it just recon this tile every single turn. I wish I could tell it that. There we go. See, look how much this reveals. Isn't this ridiculous? I can see all of Carthage with just one airship. Like, I can see their entire military right now. See, they got a couple airships too, but the AI doesn't really know how to use them. Sight doesn't matter that much for the AI. See all the infantry? Infantry is pretty difficult. Is much more difficult to attack than rifles. Infantry will actually stand up decently to tanks. They won't win, but they'll make it a difficult. They'll make it a struggle. So Carthage would be a bit of a tougher nut to crack. I could still beat them because they're very small, but they've got that defensive pact with Louis. See, they still got that defensive pact that makes me not want to attack them so much. There's the fascism. That's where he got his great general from. Portugal's a lot more backwards. Portugal needs a very, very long way to go before it gets anywhere close to infantry. Louis, let's see, Bismarck. Bismarck can research assembly lines, so he's getting close to infantry too. Hannibal does have assembly line, but he doesn't have democracy, biology. He doesn't have railroad. He doesn't have anything past that. But Hannibal's the most advanced of the AIs. It's a little weird. You think, wait, how can this tiny little Civ be the most advanced? But just because you're bigger doesn't necessarily mean your research is better in Civ 4. Anyway, back to the original goal that I was trying to pursue here, which was to put some railroads on the border in case I end up getting into a conflict with Portugal later on. Kind of got distracted by all this water poisoning. There we go. So right now I can see most of the world. I guess I can't see down here. Not as worried about that. But I can see most of the military for each country, and I'm pretty safe if I got attacked. And I can always go on a whipping and upgrading. Well, not whipping, I'm not in slavery anymore, but I can always go on an upgrading spree with money. Yeah, alright, so that gives a lot more production. And now, well, if we're going to micromanage, we might as well make sure that it so that it grows next turn. Want to mine on the copper, obviously. I don't know why it suddenly jerked me to the other side of the world instead of sticking with the same worker. Sometimes it does that. It's a little weird. Alright. I don't know. Just build a railroad here. Okay. So, tech discovery time. There's another spy attempting to attack. Portuguese that time. You would think if these guys are my friends, they wouldn't be sending spies to constantly try to poison my water. A factory in The Hague was destroyed by enemy infiltrators. Okay, well, we'll just rebuild it. No big deal there. I always wonder why they just make their units run around in circles constantly. Look at that. Did you see that guy? He ran, and then he ran the opposite direction again. The computer does some weird stuff sometimes. That is the one downside of reconning the enemy. You have to watch all their insane movements.
Everything in life is somewhere else, and you get there in a car.
Combustion's a really key tech if you're on a water map because it allows it. Well, I mean, of course, the main thing is it lets you hook up oil, but it also allows you to build transports and destroyers, and they are both enormous upgrades over the older units. I can also build something called public transportation, which I'm going to need to hook up due to health concerns. But this clears the way to go to industrialism, the big daddy super expensive tech. All right, so we built I built them in the wrong order again. I gotta pay more attention. See, I don't play late game that often. Build stuff in the wrong order often. Alright, so here's the Security Bureau. Back to building infantry. Up, almost enough. Look at that, 139. That's amusing. Not quite enough. I need one more airship, I said. Then I'll be pretty good. Jewish temple is up. That's fine. Let's build that public transportation. I don't know if I'm going to need that here. But we'll build it just in case. Just in case. There's the coal plant. Still health concerns. Let's turn out the harbor first to help with that. I must not have any overflow. Yeah, no overflow at all from that last build. If I can't even build a harbor in one turn. There's a hermitage, like I said. I remember I predicted it would be about 50 culture per turn. Well, right on the nose. 50 culture per turn. Do the grocer to help with the health concerns. Okay. And I guess I'll keep that there. The grocer will do more to increase growth than anything else. This is actually turning into a really nice city, Chichen Itza. All right, library. Let's see. What can I one turn? I one turn a grocer. How close? Oh, so close, so close. Very close on that. It's 150. I can't quite one turn it. Anything else that's about the same cost? All this stuff that costs 150. Alright, well, that's okay. We'll leave it. We'll leave this and then just get a lot of overflow again. That's a shame, though. Winner, Bismarck. Everybody votes for him except for me, but they won't vote for him to win the game, fortunately. Alright. So I should be okay. If he tries to hold a vote to win the game outright, he probably should lose. Water expansion down there. Oh, I finally hit, what is it, the 5,000 culture mark. That's nice. And Lakamba also expanded over here. Okay. What city lost its factory? The Hague. The Hague lost its factory. That's more important to rebuild. Well, we'll finish the security bureau, then go back and do the factory. That's, I mean, again, I mean, it's a shame to lose that, but I mean, does that like really hurt me in any serious way? Not really. All right, so there we go. On to the next unit would be nice. Over here, yeah. I don't know what he's doing with all those workers up there. Who knows? Alright, note that the borders got filled in. Now there's no hole in my culture, and now finally we can build a plantation on here. Not too useful right now. All my cities are happy right now, but if I get no war weariness will crop up again, and I'll need every point of happiness I can get. So, hook up that incense. And that is still not hooked up, so you go up there and finish it. There we go. Boom. Now I also can hook up oil, but I don't actually want to hook up oil yet because I can't do anything with it, and oil causes unhealthiness. So what I want to do is I want to almost complete that and then finish it on the turn I discover industrialism. Let's keep it here and let's do something more productive. How about you, instead of doing like nothing, you can build wealth for me. Note that that now allows me to run a much higher percentage. And another city that can do that. Maastricht can also build wealth as soon as it's done that security bureau. Then I'll be able to run 80% science, no problem. I could easily run 100% science if I wanted to, just by putting more of these cities on wealth. Would that be a better choice? Probably. Probably would be more useful. But I'd like to finish the infrastructure in these cities first, too. So now we can see most of the world. I just need one more plane, or one more airship. Alright, so what do we need? I wanted to workshop this tile, or watermill this tile. Varanasi probably needs to be workshopped now that it's got its growth up. Anyway, I'll take a look. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this all looks pretty solid. Can grow onto this tile next. Looks pretty good. This poor city needs a lighthouse so badly. Not too useful just yet. With a lighthouse and a dike, it would be really good. Well, not really good, but it would be at least useful. This city is in the same situation. Oh, I'm building a granary first there. Well, maybe I can do some cash rushes to help out these cities at some point. Really, all they need is a dike and a lighthouse. Like, look at this city. It's just going to grow, you know, just service population. They're pretty lousy cities, but every pop point does count after all. So I think I've dialed up espionage enough that I'm not going to get bothered too much because I've built so many of those espionage buildings in all my core cities. I think I'm at the point where I'm reasonably safe. I think. I guess we'll find out, though. Well, that was a useful exploration by that caravel. Those are German frigates sailing around down there. Alright, so that's probably the last one I need to build there. I definitely need this. The coal is going to make me unhappy here. Or unhealthy. Not unhappy, unhealthy. There's the security bureau. I will need that. There we go. So now I'm actually in positive. Now I'm actually in positive gold spending. Okay, what else do we need here? Gonna need the market. More happiness. There's another security bureau. Gonna need this. This city is already unhealthy. Get extra there. The grocer. What else do we need? We still don't even have a library here. Dirt cheap. Knock that out. Okay. Oh, wow. That's big news. Hannibal has declared war on Bismarck. Well, that cancels his military alliance. Yep, that cancels it. Hannibal declared war on Bismarck. Well, well, well. That is a very big development. Very big development. Let's see who's stronger militarily. Hannibal must think he's stronger. He wouldn't have declared war. Yep, here's Hannibal. Here's Bismarck. Still, they're the top two AI powers. Interesting. Well, maybe we will have a chance to intervene in this conflict. Yes, yes, yes. This is sounding very good. Very good indeed. Let's get to tanks. We still need to get to tanks. I'm not going to attack infantry unless I have tanks of my own. But let's keep an eye on that war. And that defensive pact was canceled. The defensive pact between Louis and Hannibal just got canceled. So, Hannibal, that may have been a rash decision there. May not have been your best call. So let's keep an eye on this war. I need to get an airship in Uzbek. I'll rebase one in there this turn. Then we can watch what happens. The AI is pretty bad at fighting wars in this game. Not too good at using its units to fight wars. Alright, yeah, now we go. Now the city's up to 27 base production. That's pretty solid. Pretty good. Pretty good for a city that can't even work all its own tiles and half of its tundra. But look at this. See, I cut the food supply to this tile. So I can do two things. Either I can refarm this, or I can workshop this tile. I probably just want to workshop this tile. Probably. Oops. What the? Had them both selected in a group. Yeah, we'll probably just workshop that tile. More useful than going back and redoing those watermills there. Alrighty. Unfortunately, I lost track of what time it is. I'm not actually sure how long this video is. So I probably don't want to play too much longer. This video is getting fairly long. People have generally said they don't mind a video being a little bit longer, though. Alright, yes. So one of you rebase over to here. So Uzbek can serve as my little spying window into what happens. And you can check out all those forestry operations up there. Note that even these cities in the tundra are like size 13. Whoops, actually. You guys just do this together as a group. That way I don't have to click 5 times. Then the rest of yous get ready to hook up. What is it? Get ready to hook up the oil when I'm about to discover industrialism. Such an expensive tech. Very expensive tech. Alright, so let's see. Yep. Oh, wow. Here's the attack. Wow, look at this. Look at all these infantry. Let's see if Cologne falls next turn. That'll be interesting to see. So, again, this is, I mean, you might say, why do you keep doing these recon missions? What's the point? Well, because I want to see what's going on. I wish I could see one tile further. I can't see what's in Cologne. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. Oh, the catapults have already gone in, or the cavalry's already gotten beat up a little bit. It's a lot of infantry, though. Let's hope that these guys waste a lot of their military fighting. That would be awesome. Let's see what happens. I really have no idea what's going to happen here. I don't know. It is infantry against rifles, but the AI sucks at attacking in this game, so it's hard to predict what's going to happen. Thank you, Mr. Elephant. We wanted to hear that trumpet call. I do like the music in this era. The Industrial and the Renaissance are my favorite eras for music. Lots of classical music. Alright, so Hannibal. Is he going to capture the city? Oh wow, they're fighting at sea too. Look at the damage on that frigate. That frigate has taken damage in battle. That's why it looks all messed up. It's the little graphical effect. It doesn't look like that city fell this turn. Maybe he's bombarding it with his cannons or catapults. Yeah, look at these. Oh, these frigates are going after. They're going after that city. Yeah, they just bombarded that city, taking down the defenses. Come on, Bismarck. Beat up those Carthaginian cities. All right, there's the security bureau. Now we got to rebuild the factory. Do I get the benefit from the coal plant? No. See, I don't get any benefit from the coal plant without having the factory. That's kind of how I thought it worked. All right, so we've got the security bureau, so it's harder to spy on me. Lakamba, just squeezed in here. Looks pretty solid. Let's get that security bureau again, so it's harder for them to spy on me. All right, harbor takes care of some of the health issues. What else do I need here? Get the grocer too. Similar, help with health. Yep, see, that takes care of the health problems. Why is it not working these really good tiles over here? Oh, I see what it is. It's not working these tiles because I just gained control of these tiles. My borders, my culture expanded enough that I picked up these tiles. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's get a watermill down here ASAP. Yes, workers, I have need of you. Workers, get over here. And let's start building more cultural stuff to secure our advantage down here. Give me a university. Yes, this is very good. Note how I've emphasized culture in this city because I needed to win control of those borders, and I've successfully pushed back the AI. Again, it's just a case of prioritizing. What each city needs. Okay, so we've got tons of overflow. We should be able to one-turn something. Yes. Oh, not the university. Let's one-turn the observatory with all that overflow. See, there is a cap on overflow. You can't overflow more than the base production. So the cap on overflow in this city is 41. So I currently have 39 overflow. So I've almost hit the cap. What I want to do is I want to cash in all that overflow on an expensive one-turn build. See, if I build, say, a temple, I have so much extra production, I'm going to lose the overflow. It's going to end up getting wasted. So let's cash it in on that observatory. I realize that might sound a bit complicated, but I'm trying to explain some of the game concepts. Oh, I got a great artist. Good. That's very good. Normally you wouldn't want to. This is a low odds artist. Normally you wouldn't want that. But now I'm only one great person away from a golden age. If I get any other great person that's not a scientist or artist, I can trigger another golden age. So that's really good. And there are some more great people on the tech tree. In particular, there's an engineer very deep on the tree at Fusion. So I always have the chance to pick that up. I don't think there's any more immediately on the tree. No, I don't think so. Great generals don't count towards golden ages anyway, so you can't use them. So, but if I do have that engineer sitting there. All right, so Cologne, that battle up there at Cologne. Let's see if we can see what's going on. Oh, I guess I can't see that tile. Oh, I must have reconned in the wrong tile because I can't see that tile. That's funny. I thought that would reveal it. Oh well. These ships of the line have been bombarding here at this Carthaginian city, but I don't know what happened there, and it won't be in the power chart until next turn if they had a battle. That's a shame. I must have reconned the wrong tile. Alright, so. Alright. Wait, you guys, 7 more turns. You guys build a well, and then cancel that order. Okay, cancel that order. Over here, let's see. What can I do down here? Oh, Trek's is unhealthy now. Why is it unhealthy? Oh, it needs extra health. Did I hook up the oil? No. Okay, well I can build a public transport and that'll help it out for now. Note what it's running again. Yeah, another spy specialist. What have I said about the spy specialist? The AI really likes them. Anyway, let's get some railroads up here on the border. Probably don't need to recon up there. Maybe I can move that somewhere else where it's more useful. Perhaps. Alright, let's see. What can I see here? You show me over here. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Oh wow, there's a German counter stack here. Let's check this out. This is interesting stuff. Okay, so there's a big stack of cavalry and cuirassier over here, and they're going after apparently this copper tile. Over here, let's see. Well, this city looks like it's going to fall. Well, the infantry should be able to take the city. This should be taken by Hannibal. he should be able to capture this city. Now, what the AI does that's stupid is the AI is sitting. This AI would take this city if they attacked, but what Hannibal is doing is he's not attacking with his 10 infantry because he's sitting there and slowly bombarding down the defenses with his 4 catapults and his 4 trebuchets. Not necessarily bad, but when in this case, they can just simply attack and take the city, and they're wasting turns by bombarding down the defenses. They should just be attacking there. It's one of the mistakes that the AI often makes, is it takes too long to bombard down defenses. Because it usually doesn't attack unless it's reduced the defenses to 0 first. Okay, workers, yes, workers, I have need of you over here. So you can stop building your useless railroads and come down here. I could use another high food tile, so I think I will watermill this tile and then leave that one as a farm. I could always workshop it too, or I could build a cottage there. I am in Emancipation, double cottage growth. We'll see. But I'm kind of using this city as a production city so far. I mean, look at all the production here. Base 30. I guess it's not too tremendous. Well, not tremendous yet, but it's going to pick up another 9 from these tiles as it keeps growing. So yeah, this is actually a pretty good production city. And I'm still working 2 artists as well. I mean, I could turn them into engineers and get even more production. Maybe I'll build... I might build ironworks in that city. I don't like having ironworks right on the border where it could be captured, but maybe. Alright, so we just workshopped that tile. Yeah, the city now is up to base 30 production, which is pretty solid. We'll get to 36 with those 2 tiles, and that's probably about the best I can do, unless I'm able to grab that tile, which I'm probably not going to get. Okay, so now let's see what we can do with these other cities. Varanasi in particular. You know, actually that food surplus isn't that high. It's probably okay for now. So let's railroad down to here, and then go work on Harlem. Harlem needs further improvement. Let's just get the railroads up for these little cities first, in case I need to rush troops down there for some reason. I mean, I know the war elephants are really intimidating. I know the war elephants are intimidating, but, you know, you can't be too careful. Alright. So that well is 1 turn away from completing. I will complete it on the turn I discover industrialism. That's because oil causes pollution in this game. Yeah, oil causes pollution, so you don't want to hook up oil unless you can actually use it to build something, and I can't do so yet. So there's no sense in having unnecessary pollution. Oh, Uzbek finished something. I guess we'll find out what it is. Let's see the war over there. Come on, skip Portugal. Let's go to the next, let's go to that war between Bismarck and Hannibal. Kind of funny that they're the last 2 in score and they're the ones going at it. But they're actually probably the 2 strongest AI. Score can often be deceptive. I think that Bismarck and Hannibal are the 2 strongest AIs. Hannibal is the most advanced technologically. Bismarck has a gazillion wonders. That makes him stronger than you'd otherwise think. Alright, so Carthage, are you going to attack this turn? What are you going to do? We should see an animation if he attacks up there at Cologne. Somebody just bombarded something. Yep, they bombarded. Nope, he didn't attack. He just bombarded Cologne again. 45% down to 31%. So this is, of course, giving Bismarck time to rush reinforcements into the city. And one of them just sent a... Yeah, so the city would have fallen if he attacked, but this is, again, giving Bismarck time to reinforce that city, and the AI is doing that. Oh, their stacks fought over there on the left, though. There was a battle between their stacks over there on the west side. I gotta recon that and scout it out. So no city changing hands. Again, the AI is not very good at attacking in this game. The AI is good at defending. The AI defends quite well in this game, but it doesn't attack well at all. And that's one of its weaknesses. Okay, I've got a lot of overflow, so this is a good turn to build the public transport. We'll 1 turn the public transport, then go back to building, then we'll go back to building more infantry after that. And I just built, I'm actually not 100% sure what I just built. But this city is just about out of useful stuff to build, unfortunately. So let's put this, we can put this on wealth for a turn. Wow, look at that, plus 110. That city has a lot of production. So I'll put it on wealth for 1 turn, then I'll use it to build military after I discover industrialism. There's the public transport. What else haven't I built here? Build the intelligence agency, why not? Doesn't hurt us. Good, the dike finally completed. That's plus 5 production in this city. Leiden's just about done growing. That's pretty good. What can we do? Well, this city needs more production. Let's get the forge up for sure. Observatory, 1 turn. Now I need to build something relatively cheap here. Or it doesn't really matter that much. Let's see. We'll go ahead and build the university. Pretty good. Actually, no, this is a shrine city. We need to get gold up here first. Because it's a shrine city, boom, plus 40. That means it's more important to build a bank there first. Alright, can I tick up science? Yes, but it's not really worth it. What I'll do is I'll switch Maastricht over to public transport, which it does need to build, and let that take care of itself. Okay, so Great General born due to Hannibal. So there was some real fighting. He's gotten Great General as a result of experience. But no city changing hands, not yet. Alright, let's get these railroads up. You guys see I can finish the well, but I don't really want to, for the reasons I just explained last time. Alright, come down here. Oh, nice, look at this. I got another tile at Delft, too. I'm pushing back the culture. No, wait, no, I can't work that tile. Dang it, it's just outside the borders of my cities. Still, this is nice. I'm culturally pushing them back. And these tiles are looking pretty safe now. They're up to 58% my culture. 58%. These are 52% and growing. Yeah. Again, it's because both these cities are at 60% and they've pushed back the French culture. That's really nice. So I've won the cultural battle over here, basically. Alrighty. Let's get that up. Then I want to railroad these tiles too because they're right on the border. Look at this. Whew. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a lot of production. 32, and then I'm going to get another 9, and then I can get more on this tile too. Yeah, this is a pretty baller city right now, I'm not going to lie. It's a pretty good city. And later I could workshop that tile too if I wanted to. I'm not even, you know, and like I said, I'm not even using these artists. Not using them for any kind of production task. Alrighty. So, let's get a view on what's going on up here. That stack is still outside Cologne, but there was a battle there on the left side. Let's check that out right now because I'm pretty curious as to what's going on over here. All right, show me the battlefield. All right, let's check this out. After that slow animation goes by. Okay, so wow, these two stacks fought, and it looks like Hannibal won. So that Bismarck stack got wiped out. Hannibal's quite low, so quite a few units got exchanged there. Over here, this stack is still bombarding down Cologne. Oh, there was some kind of fighting. So either they attacked the city. Yeah, some of the units attacked at least. One of those infantry is a little bit lower. Somebody attacked someone because there are some units that aren't full. This city should still fall, though. I don't think that Bismarck can hold it. There are hardly any real defenders. The rifles are the only actual defenders. Those Trebs will melt like butter the minute they're attacked. The airship can't defend, and the Cavs don't make good cities defenders. Hannibal will take the city the instant he actually bothers to attack it. Whether he will attack it or not, though, hard to say. Let's see. Yeah, Bismarck has lost some units here. His power's gotten decreased a little bit. And I think that they're finally got tired of espionage spending against me. Let's see. Yeah, I'm in my espionage. Yeah, I've increased my share of espionage relative to these countries. So they kind of stopped targeting me, it looks like. At least a little bit. At least a little bit, anyway. So I'm starting to, that infantry stack's starting to get kind of big. And I've been building mostly infrastructure these last couple turns. It's not like I've been building a lot of military, but once I turn all my cities over to full military, it's going to be time to put a hurting on somebody in this game. This is a slow build-up, but when the hammer finally falls, it should be pretty strong in the end. So you come down here and do something. No reason for you to have you just sit there and do nothing. Build a railroad somewhere. Yeah. Again, want railroads on the borders in case. I know I've said it a bunch of times, but in case Portugal would get a little bit frisky, or if I decide I need to take them out for some reason. They've been a good ally, so I'm not really looking to do that, but maybe necessary. Down here, I want to connect all of these cities together, and I want to connect this oil source too, so I have more than one source. So let's play this turn, and then probably stop there since I'm about to discover industrialism, and then I can go over to more military-focused setup right after that. This video has gone on for a pretty good time. I think that it's not exactly sure how long it is, but it's pretty long. Probably more than long enough at this point. But we'll take us up, and we'll be looking to maybe go after Carthage next time. Carthage is, putting a big target on themselves. with all this fighting. Of course, they are the #1 AI power militarily. Okay. Did they attack that German little stack that was left over? Yes, they did. They killed that leftover German unit. So they have cavs and infantry in pretty good numbers. So they won't be the easiest target to take out. Whoa, look at all those airships just flew by. Cologne still has not fallen, though. Again, shows how bad the AI is at actually attacking. Those ships are pretty messed up. Look how grungy they look. They've got like the black patches all over the sails. Very, very interesting. Now Louis continues moving his units around. He's got a fair amount of cavs. Alright, public transportation finished. Back to infantry. And it's time to swap those tiles back because I won't remember the next time I play. I definitely won't remember the next time I play. And I want to, now that the poisoning of the water has largely worn off, let's do that right now. Okay, so what did I change? No, I didn't change anything at Amsterdam. It's at The Hague. This tile. Okay, well that's fine. Okay, so The Hague. Rotterdam takes that tile back from The Hague. And then that tile up there goes back over to Middelburg. There we go. Yes, okay. There we go. So now we've swapped back. Great engineer. Nice. Wish I had a great engineer. I could do interesting stuff. I already did have one earlier. Used it for, what was it? Oh, I guess we have to play one more turn so we can finish Broadway right at the end of this. That's fine, though. Okay, so go over here. And I don't know why we suddenly swapped to the other side of the world again, but whatever, we'll deal with it. Let's see. Recon. Come on. This guy, I'll skip turn. I don't need to recon that. Okay, you, show me what's going on up here. And you. Come on. I wish that animation wasn't so long. You can turn off animations in this game. Like, to be fair, you can turn off animations. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, the Carthaginian cavs have kind of pushed through over here in the west. They wiped out that stack. These ships of the line, they're pretty beat up. They got to go heal. This city has a lot of airships in it. That's stupid. As soon as it falls, those airships are going to die. This stack is still not really damaged. Again, it would be so easy to capture this city. It's down to 16% defense. I guess when it hits 0, Carthage is going to go in and finish it off. But the waiting so long is really quite silly. Okay, so just making sure I have a full rail connection over there at those cities. Can I build the university in one turn? Yes. Even if I do that. So, might as well. Increase growth. Oh, there's 1 or 2 tiles here that haven't been railroad. Go ahead and do that while we're here. And I've got a straight railroad shot over there now. So, hook up that oil next turn. Obviously, railroading this tile is not really that necessary. But hey, we've got the workers, might as well use them. Down here. The AI is doing the same thing. Well, I guess not. It doesn't have railroads yet. Okay. So, with the railroad on this tile, I have a network between all these cities. And then I'll just rail on the oil and connect it down to Little Calcutta. Alrighty. So, let's get Broadway. Let's get industrialism. And then we'll stop there. And I'll reconfigure everything at the start of next turn. See if that city actually falls, if Cologne actually gets taken on this turn. Then next we need to get flight, and we need to go for bombers. Really put a hurting on the AI. With bombers and tanks, you can just steamroll through them if they don't have the proper counter units, and these AIs do not have the proper counter units right now. Down to 2%. Now you'd think he would attack at 2%. We'll see if he actually does. He may, because of the computer's coding, he may wait until it hits 0% to attack, which would be hilarious, but you know how AIs work. Their logic says attack at 0%, so if it's at 2%, by gum, they're not going to bother attacking. And yep, that's exactly what happened. Very silly, but again, it's how the AI works. So nope, Cologne survives yet another turn, somehow. Somehow, some way. Bismarck's got a lot of catapults running around. I don't know why he doesn't just take those ships and go back and heal them. He's bombarding down this city, but he has no units to attack it, so that doesn't really do or achieve anything. I don't know. I don't understand why the AI does what it does. If its moves made sense, it wouldn't be. It would be an actual human player, not a computer. Oh, somebody stole chemistry.
There is one rule for the industrialist, and that is make the best quality of goods possible at the lowest cost possible, paying the highest wages possible.
All right, so there we go. Allows us to build tanks. 28 strength, 2 moves, starts with blitz, can take city raider promotions. All right, let's see the big picture. So, flight should be next. Flight's another very expensive tech. Flight, radio, mass media. Get up to those bombers. And Broadway completes. So again, the Broadway is a modern era wonder, and it's designed to give you extra happiness to replace the happiness lost through things like furs and ivory going obsolete. Should Broadway actually be a world wonder? Questionable, but hey, why not? We can have modern era wonders too. Alright. Settler. Settler. These are pre-builds. Alright, you might notice that there's extra unhealthiness in some of these cities. Alright. Settler. Settler. You might wonder, why are you building settlers? These are my pre-builds, so I know which ones should be tanks. Mutal probably still needs a little more infrastructure first. University. Yeah, this is fine. Observatory or bank. Yeah, observatory is probably fine. Again, I want to get that infrastructure done first, and then we go over to military. Okay, so one of you guys over here. Boop, there we go. Now we have oil. We also got aluminum. That's nice. Aluminum down here. And aluminum near Amsterdam. Oh, it's underneath the city. Oh, that's funny. And also at Mayapan. Okay, so now these cities are losing a lot of food. This city's going to need... I might have to turn one of these cottages into... a farm. Anyway, though, yes, Utrecht, tank. All these cities that I just stuck on settler. Tank, 2 turns. Amsterdam, tank, 2 turns. Nijmegen, tank, 2 turns. So now I'm losing money because I took it off wealth. And a great general born in Cologne. Alright, so I'm not going to play out this turn. I'm going to stop here because it's been a very long turn. Let's just see, because I'm genuinely curious what's happening over at Cologne. Just check that out with these airships. And then we'll pick this up next time where we will look to get involved in this war and take a hand, and probably on the side of Carthage, not because I like Bismarck, but just Bismarck will be easier to attack, but I don't have that good of an entry point. You know, I'd have to go up this way. I'd rather just keep rolling up from the south, I think. So yeah, Cologne is still standing for this turn, but wow, as soon as those infantry attack, it's going to be over. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's got 11 infantry there, plus a bunch of calves. I mean, they're stupidly promoted, but that's not going to matter. When all those infantry hit, that city's going down. So yeah. Yep. We just need to build some tanks and then just start rolling out tanks. Anyway, though, so, you know, if we look at the demographics, what you'd expect, we're pretty far out in front in every category. So anyway, like I said, good place to stop. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it wasn't too tedious. In any case, we'll pick up this same place next time in part 17. Until then, have a great week. See you later. Take care.